George Lucas' Star Wars producer Rick McCallum recently appeared on an episode of the Young Indie Chronicles podcast and teased what would have been Star Wars Underworld, an ambitious television series that was one of the last Star Wars projects Lucas was working on before he sold the franchise to Disney in 2012 for $4.05 billion. The series was set between the events of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, and would have acted as a bridge between the original Star Wars trilogy and the prequel trilogy, the later of which McCallum produced. "I think we had over 60 scripts, like third draft scripts," McCallum said, noting they brought the most wonderful writers in the world to Lucas Skywalker Ranch to map out and pen the series. These were dark scripts. They were sexy. They were violent. They were absolutely wonderful, complicated, challenging script. McCallum stopped short of providing plot details for Star Wars Underworld, but said the series would have blown up the whole Star Wars universe, and Disney would have definitely never offered George to buy the franchise. The producer said not making Underworld remains one of the great disappointments of our lives, adding, "The problem was that each episode was bigger than the films, so the lowest I could get it down to with the tech that existed then was $40 million an episode." The series effectively died when Disney purchased Lucasfilm and Lucas exited his post at the company. Kathleen Kennedy, who joined Lucasfilm in 2012 as co-chair alongside Lucas, was named company president after Disney's acquisition. She brings Star Wars to television years later with projects such as The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Andor, Skeleton Crew, and more. Kennedy also shepherded a sequel film trilogy that included The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Return of Skywalker. Lucas said in an interview in 2020 that it was very painful selling his company to Disney and giving up control of the Star Wars franchise. "At that time, I was starting the next trilogy. I talked to the actors and I was starting to gear up," Lucas explained at the time about why he sold Lucasfilm to Disney. "I was also about to have a daughter with my wife. It takes 10 years to make a trilogy. Episodes I to 3 took from 1995 to 2005. I'd still be working on episode 9. In 2012, I was 69. So the question was, am I going to keep doing this for the rest of my life? Do I want to go through this again? Finally, I decided I'd rather raise my daughter and enjoy life for a while." Lucas contemplated not putting Lucasfilm up for sale and instead having somebody else run the production of his planned sequel trilogy, but that isn't retiring. "I've spent my life creating Star Wars 40 years, and giving it up was very, very painful," he added. "But it was the right thing to do. I thought I was going to have a little bit more to say about the next 3 because I'd already started them, but they decided they wanted to do something else. Things don't always work out the way you want. Life is like that."